Band 9 ielts speaking part 1. Today's topic, birthday. We'll brainstorm all 4 questions, then hear a full set of model answers. Part 1 lasts 4 to 5 minutes and comes straight after the identity check. The examiner asks short questions on 2 or 3 familiar topics: you, your home, your habits. Answers should run 2 to 4 sentences, roughly 15 to 40 words. Long enough to show range, short enough to stay natural. There is no preparation time, so you are graded on how you handle a question you have not rehearsed. Here are the 4 questions the examiner will work through. Read them once and notice the tense shift between question 1 and question 2. That shift is deliberate. What do you usually do on your birthday? What did you do on your birthday when you were young? Do you think it is important for you to celebrate your birthday? Whose birthday do you think is the most important to celebrate in Vietnam? Four criteria, equally weighted. On a topic this ordinary, the marks are 1 on lexical resource and grammatical range, precision, not difficulty, fluency and coherence. Speak in a steady flow, self-correct lightly, don't restart sentences. Lexical resource, everyday topic, precise words. Collocation beats big vocabulary. Grammatical range, mixed tenses on purpose, present habit, past habit, opinion. Pronunciation, stress the content words. Group words into thought chunks. First, answer the actual question inside the first 4 or 5 words, no warm-up. Second, add 1 specific detail, a person, a place, a habit. Third, extend with a short comment, contrast, or preference. That third move is where Band 9 language lies. Notice that this shape also stops you rambling, which is the most common part 1 mistake. For question 1, do not invent a spectacular party. A quiet, specific answer scores higher than a vague, exciting one. Keep it low-key, dinner at home, coffee with 2 or 3 close friends. Grammatically, use the present habit, I'll usually. For question 2, the tense does the work. Use would for repeated past habits: my mum would cook, the neighbor's kids would pile in. That one contrast between question 1 and question 2 is half your grammar mark. Question 3 asks for an opinion, so hedge instead of overclaiming. Not hugely, but worth marking. Then give 1 reason it makes you take stock of the year. Question 4 is a culture question. You do not need to be an encyclopedia. Name 2 groups, children and older relatives, then balance them with a linker like that said. Examiners reward the balancing, not the trivia. Question 1. What do you usually do on your birthday?
These days, I keep it fairly low-key, to be honest. I usually have dinner at home with my family and then meet 2 or 3 close friends for coffee. I've never really been one for big parties. I'd much rather spend the evening with people I actually want to see.
3 things to notice. Keep it low-key is a precise collocation, far better than saying not so big. I've never been one for is a natural fixed expression, and I'd much rather turns the answer into a preference, which is the extend move. Question 2. What did you do on your birthday when you were young?
It was a much bigger deal back then. My mum would cook a huge spread and half the kids from our neighborhood would pile into the living room for cake and games. I also got to stay up late, which felt like an enormous privilege when you're 8.
Notice the grammar. Would cook and would pile in to signal a repeated past habit, not a single event. A huge spread is idiomatic, and when you're 8 uses the generic you, which sounds very fluent. Question 3. Do you think it is important for you to celebrate your birthday?
Not hugely in the sense of throwing a party, But I do think it's worth marking in some way because it's one of the few days that nudges you into taking stock of the past year. So even if it's just a good meal, I'd rather not let it pass completely unnoticed.
The hedging does the work here, not hugely, in the sense of gives a precise opinion without overclaiming, nudges you into taking stock is a strong collocation, and I'd rather not let it pass unnoticed is a controlled negative construction. Question 4. Whose birthday do you think is the most important to celebrate in Vietnam?
I'd say children's birthdays get the most attention. A baby's first birthday, in particular, is often a full family occasion. That said, older relatives' birthdays carry a lot of weight too. With grandparents, there's a real sense of honoring them, so those tend to bring the whole extended family together.
2 moves to copy, get the most attention and carry a lot of weight form a contrast pair. That said is a concession linker that shows balance, which is exactly what a culture question is testing. Here is the complete exchange in one place. Pause the video, read it aloud twice, then record yourself answering without looking. "10 items to steal. Keep it low key. I've never been one for a much bigger deal. Cook a huge spread. Pile into. Worth marking. Take stock of. Let it pass unnoticed. Carry a lot of weight. A full family occasion. Learn them as whole chunks, not as single words. That is what raises your lexical resource band." Fluency and coherence. Answers run without hesitation. Linkers that said, so even if I used, not listed. Lexical resource. Idiomatic chunks used naturally and accurately on an everyday topic. Grammatical range. Present habit, would past habit, hedged opinion, comparative preference, all error-free. Pronunciation. Thought groups and content word stress fully intelligible throughout. One honest caveat. This Band 9 label reflects an internal quality check against the publicly available ielts band descriptors. It is not a certified examiner score. Use these answers as models of language, not as a guaranteed grade. Your challenge: record your own 4 answers, then compare them line by line with these. Look for one thing only: did you extend or did you stop at the answer? Post your version of question 3 in the comments. Subscribe to BMaster79 for the next speaking topic.